You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN. And now, back to Monday with Monique.
Welcome back to Mondays with Monique. Monique Graziadei, Wendy Harrington, and our white bean chicken chili. So, Wendy, would you mind just go ahead and add the entire can of the green chilies?
Okay.
And what's the ounce on that one?
7.
7 ounce green chili, or you can get the 2 4 ounces, whatever is easiest. When they're chopped up, it makes it easier, just like our onions were already chopped. I like that.
Yeah.
That was cool. And then the one spice we didn't add yet is a tablespoon of oregano. And I'm just,
I love oregano.
That's about a tablespoon right there. And that smells really good. I'm not going to add salt or pepper to it because we have the cayenne in there. And then we have, you know, the sodium from the chicken stock.
Right.
And I went ahead and I tried the recipe last night just to, you know, get the timing on it. And it turned out perfect without adding salt or pepper.
Good.
I mean, it was just exactly like you see it here.
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
And if you want it, you can add it after, you know.
Sure, you can.
To season. But I like lately, or, well, for a long time,
How about half a can?
I don't add salt or pepper usually to my foods. Like half a can?
That's perfect, yeah.
There we go.
About half a can of the white show pig corn. And if you want to, you know, spend time on it, you can go ahead and cook fresh corn and cut it off of the cob. And a lot of times I do that, but I kind of wanted simplicity this time and make it as easy as possible.
Oh, for sure.
And so that's why I even bought the chopped onions. I never do that. Sometimes, like around the holidays, like Thanksgiving, I might, you know, buy the chopped onions and celery just because I'm just so busy, you know, making everything.
Anything that can make it go quicker.
Yeah. So this time I go, yeah, I'm going to make my life easy as I was cooking it like at 6 o'clock last night.
You just wind up paying more, which is a bummer, but
I think I
that's
paid like an extra $1 for the onions. And I go, I just don't have enough time right now to do it all.
Yep.
So
Convenience,
it's convenience, yeah. And then that's it. That is all of the ingredients that we have. So we're just going to let it simmer down. And we want it to condense. We want to, you know, make it into the type of thickness that you would find with chili. And so it will take a little bit of time, but we'll give it time. There's no rush, and we'll just kind of let it cook. Our job is done. It took, 12 minutes to do this. So maybe an extra few minutes because I started the chicken before the show. So maybe 15 minutes in prep time max, and it's done and it's easy. And most of the ingredients I had at home, I really just, all I went out and did, I bought the green chilies. I didn't have green chilies at home.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a beer, so I went out and bought one beer. You know how hard it is to buy one beer? Nobody wants to sell you just one.
That's right.
They want you to take the whole 6-pack. In fact, I was at Safeway, and I, you know, grabbed one beer and put it in my cart as I was shopping, and I went to check out, and the checker runs the beer, and he looks at me, he goes, One beer? I go, it's a recipe. He goes, I'm sorry, I can't sell you just one. You have to take all 6.
Come on.
I go, I'm not going to drink all 6. And he goes, well, I can't sell you just one. And I go, fine. So I had to drive to a liquor store to buy like one big beer because they would sell.
my arm.
Yeah, they will sell one big one.
Right.
But they wouldn't sell just an individual, single, regular sized beer.
Geez.
So whatever.
Yeah.
That's fine. It all works out. And I think I'm going to cook it with I just wanted to get to a boiling point. I'm going to cook it without the lid because the point is we want a lot of the water to evaporate off of this.
Okay.
If you're in a hurry, then add 2 cups of water instead of the 3.5 or 4. And just make sure you put in the same amount of the chicken base, which is a tablespoon and a half that you would normally add for 4 cups. So only add 2 cups of water. And it's going to be a lot thicker right away. So your cook time will be like maybe 10 minutes max.
Oh, right.
Instead of like maybe 20 minutes or so to cook off all that water. But that's, you know, that's the quicker way of doing it. The longer you cook it, the more flavor it has. You know, so last night I cooked it for a total of 30 minutes after everything was incorporated in there. And it came out perfect. If I cooked it for 45, it probably would have been even like a little bit thicker.
Okay.
But it turned out awesome.
Yeah,
I mean,
so depending on what you like, you can...
And right now it's kind of more, awesome, let's check this out here. It's more of a soup consistency. Some people like it like that. There's nothing wrong with that. You could do it. But I'm looking for more of a chili or stew kind of consistency. So we'll let that cook down a little bit more.
Excellent.
So how were the mountains this weekend? Did you get a little snow here?
Oh, well, nothing below, I think it was like Cook Station. Okay. I had talked to a friend of mine, and yeah, he said that's where it kind of started. Maybe? Yeah, because what elevation you're at?
We're at 3557, I think.
Okay, so yeah, it wasn't too much farther up, but yeah, just a little bit of sleet.
Did you get a hailstorm here?
Yes.
Oh, we got a huge one over by the bay. It was huge.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't so much hail though. It was almost like it was trying to be snow, you know. But it was pretty quick. It lasted maybe 5 minutes and moved through. But yesterday morning it was about 32 degrees, so that was perfect. And so it was trying to, you know, spit out a little bit of snow, but it just didn't.
It didn't stick.
Yeah, it didn't want to stay. So I was bummed because every morning I wake up at your house.
You're
I'm like,
please let there be snow out there.
I want it to be white outside.
I know.
Yeah, but yeah, it does. This year has just been so bad, and I feel really bad for the folks that have bought their ski passes to Kirkwood or wherever because it's just not good conditions.
Steve bought one. I don't think he's used it yet. We've been to Kirkwood, but that's not on his pass.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but there's just... Now, I heard Kirkwood, though, got like 14 inches or more in the past 3 days.
Oh, wow. Did they? Yeah.
That was my understanding, is that they did get quite a bit. So I'll be taking a drive over there tomorrow to check it out and see if it looks good and it's not icy. I'll probably ski for like an hour or two. I have my own skis, so I might as well just go up there and do it.
I know. And, you know, I've had my snowboard for... I don't know how many years, and but I haven't gone in at least a couple years. So it's like I really want to get back out there, but I don't want to spend the money on a pass, or even, you know,
the
just
daily lift ticket's like $100.
Well, right, yeah, and so it's really expensive either way, and so it's kind of a, you know, juggling act whether it's going to snow this year or not, and it didn't. So
right, and the pass is definitely a great deal, especially because, you know, the pass that is associated with Vail Properties, that's Kirkwood, Beaver Creek, you know, Keystone. If you can afford to fly, you know, and you can get some inexpensive round trips to Denver, there's always snow there.
I would love to go somewhere else to try that.
I was at Keystone a couple weeks ago because I just happened to be in Denver, and the skiing was beautiful.
Yeah.
They'd gotten, I think, 9 inches of snow the night before.
Oh, wow.
So super soft and powdery, and you know,
that's
it was
the
sunny.
best.
It was like 37 degrees, so it felt like 50. You know, of the altitude.
You could wear a T-shirt if you wanted to.
I was dying. I had my coat unzipped, and I wanted to take my gloves off because my hands were sweaty because it was just so hot out there. It was really, really nice.
That's so awesome.
And I wanted to hit it this past week in Denver, but it was a blizzard. I'm so glad I didn't drive up there. I planned to. I woke up with a cold, and like 4 hours later, it was snowing so hard, and I thought I would have got up to the mountains, and getting home would have been just treacherous.
Yeah.
You know, because I-70 coming down from the mountains is a really steep incline.
Oh.
And so when you want to stop, you really can't, and you have to go so slow. It would have taken hours and hours to get back. And I thought, well, it was a blessing. It didn't work out.
Yeah.
Next time.
And my cousin lives in Colorado. I think she's in, I can't remember the name of the town. But anyhow, yeah, she had posted some pictures on Facebook of all the snow, and, you know, and you had sent me one of those pictures too, and I was just like, oh my God. She goes, I'm dying, get me out of the snow.
I love the snow.
But I love it, yeah.
It's just hard to drive in when you have to go somewhere. And I was on my way to the airport. I decided that I should head home that night because the next morning, you know, after it snows, and then in the morning, it usually gets really icy, you know, because the temperatures fluctuate at night, and then in the morning, it might warm up a little bit. And when it's icy, it's worse than when it's snowing. At least when it's snowing, you have four-wheel drive, and you can move along, and you do pretty well. But once the ice is under the snow, I mean, you can't see it. Yeah. It's really...
dangerous.
Yeah, and I would have had to leave the hotel at like 3 a.m. to catch my 5:20 flight.
Forget it.
And I knew it would be icy by then. So I said, I'm out of here. I'm going to try to get on. I was able to get on an early flight because nobody else wanted to drive to the airport when it was snowing.
Yeah, right.
The flight had 20 empty seats.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which just, you know, earlier in the day it looked like it was oversold, and I think people just kind of bagged out and said, I'm not driving in this weather to get to the airport.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
It was too crazy for them.
Yeah.
So I can understand that.
Yeah, definitely.
I wanted to go home.
And
I've lived there
like
for years,
home.
So it's not a big deal driving in the
so
snow.
you're used to that. You're familiar. I know. In my little Honda, I've been surprised at what I've gotten through in the snow in that thing. Well, remember one year? What was it? Had to be 5 years ago when we got that really good snow in Sutter Creek, and nobody could make it to work. You couldn't even make it to work. I got my truck
in
the four-wheel drive. Yeah, and
let me rephrase that. Mike got the truck stuck in the snow.
So, and then Mary couldn't make it to work, and I get in my Honda, and they had blocked the road at the turnoff. You know, the bypass was there at this point. But they had blocked the road going down into Sutter Creek.
It's too steep for most people.
Right. So I had to go around by the high school from the bypass, and I come down that hill, and I couldn't stop. I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? There's this PG&E truck in front of me. I thought, for sure I'm going to hit this guy. And I just slowly came to a stop, so it was perfect. But But yeah, I've gotten through, a few feet of snow in that thing
That's
before.
amazing.
It is. It's
That's
pretty
a
crazy.
really great car.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to take the 911 out in the snow.
No.
Even in the rain, it's not that great because of the way the tires are,
Yeah.
It's just, they're really low profile. And I was driving to Stanford Saturday morning, and that huge hailstorm started. So I pulled under some trees because I was concerned, about damage, and I waited it out. And then, of course, it was a major downpour of rain, and I drove over there. It's a 45-minute drive. It took like an hour and 15 minutes because it was just really slick, and people were smartly driving slow, especially over 17, because that's, pretty good incline, too. That's a dangerous road to begin with.
Right. Wow. Mm-hmm. Now, is that front-wheel drive or...?
I have no clue.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's red.
It's red, and it's cute,
it's red
and pretty,
cute,
and I love it. Yeah.
It goes fast when it's not raining. Well, we're going to let this simmer off a little bit more, but we have some prepared because I did make some last night so we could have it ready to show and eat here on the show. So I'm going to grab some out of the magic oven. You keep everybody entertained.
Okie dokie. Oh, and I'm keeping everybody entertained.
Yes, okay, that was excellent. You did a great job.
Oh, good.
You did a really, really good job.
Look over here.
Okay, so if you want to garnish it, put some cilantro flakes and then a little bit of the jack cheese on there.
Just one of these guys.
You're doing an excellent job, Wendy. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, you know what?
There you go. Throw some jack cheese on there is perfect.
All right.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so let's look at this. That looks so awesome. It looks so awesome. I think I'm going to have to try some. One for you.
Okay, thank you.
And there's a spoon right there.
Excellent.
And one for me. And let's check this out. So this is the white bean chicken chili with green chilies and a little bit of corn in it.
Oh, man.
I'd eat this. It's delicious.
I think I would too.
And it doesn't taste like a fat-free recipe. I mean, if you didn't put the cheese on it, it's basically fat-free per serving.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
That is fantastic.
I want to thank you for watching Mondays with Monique. Thanks so much, Wendy.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day. Thanks
Love
for
you.
watching.
You're